Hi, good morning guys. Hope you're feeling great. This is Health and Wellness Monday and we're on Leaving Up. I'm your girl Mwikali and today we went all the way to Thoma Estate, that's Thika Road, and we're at the New Life Rehabilitation and Wellness Center. We're here to talk about acute cases of stress and depression. What causes these things? You know how we do every single Monday. So I'm joined by clinical psychologist Emily. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming, Mwikali.
Yeah, and you have a beautiful place.
Thank you so much.
Very serene and zen and everything. Yeah, so we're here to talk about all of that. Are you ready to do that?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
You can go and have a seat.
No problem. Okay. Thank you. So how long has this establishment been here?
It's been running for about 8 months now.
8 months? Wow.
Yes.
How has it been?
Yes. It has its various challenges like any other business that is starting up.
Okay.
And the main reason as to why we decided to start this place is because we thought there's so many people out there who are suffering and they really do not know what is going on with them.
Yeah.
And they turn into alcohol and drugs to just try and calm everything down. Yeah.
So Emily, maybe you can introduce yourself, to the guests and tell us your passion, why clinical psychology, before we get to the nitty-gritties of stress and depression.
Okay. Well, I am Emily Magori, and I am a clinical psychologist. And why psychology, you say?
Yeah.
I just fell in love with trying to get to understand how human beings behave, the way they behave. And first of all, I started out as an early childhood education teacher.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
And I did that for about a year or so.
Okay.
And then I later joined my master's and yeah, now I'm a psychologist. I just went into it.
And the establishment has been here for 8 months
Yes,
now.
it has been here for 8 months. And so far, we are just trying to get people to come to the establishment, and it is not easy for people to actually accept that they have a problem.
I'm gonna do what?
Yeah,
no, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, because what happens actually is that people nowadays will think of, okay, we'll go and party and start drinking on a Thursday night, and it stretches all the way through to Sunday, and then before you know it, it's almost every day. Like every day you just sit and sip, and it looks very good in the movies actually, because that's what CEOs do. Yeah, they're drinking in the office and stuff like that, and people don't even think that it might be a problem, but eventually it is something that people use to just
run away from
certain things that are going on in their lives.
Okay, very
certain
interesting.
stresses in their lives.
And that's what we're here to talk about.
Yes.
Because stress and depression, maybe you could start with the definition, like just separating these two. What leads to what is worse than the other one?
Okay, so stress is just the body's way of trying to communicate to you when it is faced with a particular challenge or a stimulus, which we call the stressor. And this stressor will elicit a flight or fight response. So it's just adrenaline working in your body and telling you either you need to fight for whatever is going on. If you see a lion, you will definitely get stressed and run away. And some people will see a lion and actually charge.
Like
so
towards the lion? Okay, I get what you're saying though.
Yes, so that is what happens basically. And a little bit of stress is good for you. Because it's what gets you going. If you know you have a particular job, probably you have a deadline to beat, you will definitely get that little stress, and it will just elicit that adrenaline in your system, and you'll be able to see that you have this energy to work towards whatever you're going to work with. And
so that's okay. That's normal.
Yes.
It's kawaida.
Yeah, that is normal.
Okay, so when I'm getting pressure from my boss, that's okay.
Yes, a little bit.
Okay.
Yes, and then now we get to depression, which is now when stress is a little bit acute. You can handle stress, but there's some people who cannot really handle stress, and your brain gets overworked to the point that it just completely shuts down.
Okay.
Yes, so that is what depression is. You just feel low. Some of the signs are you just feel low, you don't want to go out, you don't want to see anyone. Those things that you liked doing before, you don't do them anymore. You're just there. You're in your own world. You're thinking too much, and you have a lot of negativity that is coming in, because your brain just starts telling you can't do this, or you can't do this. This one, no, I can't do it today. So you just give up completely. So that is what depression is. And it's something that actually needs to be looked into, and you have to go and see a psychiatrist.
Life is pain. I wake up every morning, I'm in pain. I go to work in pain. You know how many times I wanted to just give up?
I guess the only good thing is it looks like I'm dying too.
How many times I've thought about ending it?
The people who loved me, they pulled me back from that edge.
Don't be. Please don't.
At what point do I realize that actually this is depression, you know? Because probably I'm just moody, and people will leave you to be, you know, because probably you're cranky and you're not answering them well, and they're just thinking, it's just mood. Because most of the times it will pass as it's just a mood swing. So at what point do you realize that, you know, this is not moods anymore, this is not just stress?
When you actually discover that you're having some of those low moments, those mood swings, for close to 2 weeks, almost every day, for 2 weeks, then you know you have a problem. You have to see either a counselor, psychologist, or a psychiatrist.
How easy is that though? You know, I'm looking at you say at 2 weeks and then I see a psychologist. How easy is it for a person to just admit, you know, this is depression? Or do I have to come see you, then you tell me what it is?
No, some people actually do know their triggers.
Oh, okay.
And maybe it's something that happened in their lives, past lives, when they were kids. You never know. Some of these things, as I have learned from being in the field of psychology, is that you actually have some stressors from when you are young, and you never know you had them. So they just kind of build up, and then before you know it, you just get that one trigger that just sets it off.
And how do you know, like, how do you as a psychologist find that thing? Because probably I'm not aware. It's not something that I think about. Probably it's just, you know, subconsciously it's there, but you don't know. You're just moody. It's been 2 weeks, and I've come to see Emily. So what is it that you do to make sure that we realize where the source of the problem is?
We'll just sit like the way we're sitting.
Oh,
and
good Lord, I hope you're not doing that to me.
No, I'm trying not to analyze you, but it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like what you see in the movies where there's a couch.
There's no couch?
There's no couch.
There should be a couch.
No, I don't have a couch in my
movies. It looks so cool.
I don't have a couch in my office, trust me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so there's no couch. You just sit and just have a normal chat, and you let me know where you think this problem might have started from. So it's just a normal chat. I'll ask you a few leading questions. I won't pry too much, just lead you there. Show you where you need to go. That's the work of a psychologist, actually. Just show you where you need to go, and then when you find it, because it's something that you yourself have to find for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to discover it for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the one living your life.
That's true.
I am just here to help you. Yeah. So once we have that chat and you get to know, probably, maybe I started getting depressed because now I have a trigger from maybe somebody, a relative died that I loved so much, and I get that traumatic event in my life, and probably long before you know it, probably somebody else dies, or you at times you just sit in your house and watch television and you just get depressed. You just get that trigger. It takes you really way back, and you just think.
Yeah, just to think that it could be something that you don't think about every day, and you don't know that that's triggering my mood swings and my depression. Yes. So do we, like, say for example, you come in for the first time. We're going to get to the, you know, demographics bit of it, like who comes in more, like who are open to consultation and even getting help. But when I'm a first timer, I come in, I have depression, and we find the trigger. So how do I go again outside to the world and make sure that this trigger does not, like, you know, like protect myself from it? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, they're called coping mechanisms.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So
You're looking for words, saucing, praying. Okay.
So this coping mechanisms is, I will just guide you on what you're comfortable with. if, for example, you got really depressed and maybe you used to dance and you don't dance anymore, I will give you homework and tell you, go home and just for about 30 minutes, just dance. Let loose, have fun.
Okay.
Try and have fun, just to get that positive energy within you and the hormones to start now regenerating. The ones that were making you feel depressed to kind of like lower the levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you look at people who go through depression, like you say, they have an escape mechanism, things they will do to, you know, cover up. And you talked about alcohol. What else could there be that is used mostly by people who are trying to run away from something they have to deal with?
A lot of people nowadays, there's a lot of alcohol, as you have said.
Yeah.
Other people turn to drugs. Other people turn to gaming.
And talking about the people who are affected, at what age do you, like, what is the demographics? Who's more affected? Who checks in more?
Honestly, I have found more older people, the people I've worked with.
Yeah.
There are more the people who are over the age of 30.
Okay.
But younger people also do have such things. They get depressed. And for them, some of them start when they're in campus. And with all that peer pressure and trying to fit in, so more and more young people are actually getting it, but they don't know it. Because they mask it with, you know, they'll go binging the whole weekend.
Yeah.
They'll go and do all those things that people in campus do. And they'll feel like they're fine until they can't do it anymore.
Okay, so
Yeah.
more older people than younger people?
Yeah, more older people. For me. For other psychologists.
And what is it?
it's
What is it
different.
probably? What is probably the triggers? Is it something that happened? Is it social media, like you said? Is it expectation from family? What is one of those big things that really happens to them that they get depressed?
I've noted that with Africans, Kenyans especially, we are not taught from a young age to actually allow ourselves to feel certain emotions freely. So when you don't feel those emotions, you know, like one thing, I'll go probably meet somebody and they tell me, oh, by the way, I feel kind of stressed. Instead of listening to them, I'll tell them, oh, sijali, you'll be fine.
Sisi, what it
vumilia,
could be.
vumilia, you know. So such things happen. So we're not as a society taught how to deal with some of these emotions. And as you have said, also the expectations are there.
Yeah.
Very big expectations. People, especially those ones who are looking for probably jobs, they leave campus knowing, somebody's going to knock at my door and give me a job, and then they get out there and you have to really hustle for that job, and they do sink into depression. Other people, it's because of maybe family problems, people who have dysfunctional families. Happens a lot to them. Other people who have probably been assaulted before.
Yeah.
People who are in relationships where there's a lot of abuse, or maybe children who have grown up seeing abuse. That level of trauma can, instead of them developing things like PTSD, they might develop depression instead.
Okay.
Later on.
All right. Men and women. Men and women, who's affected more? Who is more open to, you know, coming to you and telling you, you know, I'm going through this? And who's affected more? Is it the woman or the man?
Women, because they're the ones who seek help.
Okay.
They're the ones who come and actually seek help. For men, they're told, hey, you have to stay strong, you're a man.
Yeah, like, why are men not
How
allowed to cry? I thought about that.
I don't know. It's just an African thing.
Would you recommend that if you feel like you want to cry and you're a man, just go ahead and do that?
Yes, I'd actually recommend it. Just lock yourself somewhere. You don't have to cry in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let it out. If you're feeling like you're getting to the edge, just let it out. Talk to someone. That is one thing I would encourage, and I encourage my male clients.
Yeah.
Just talk to someone. It won't hurt.
Do they? Do they talk? Most of the guys are known to just keep it together and keep it look like everything is going on, but they're busy dying inside.
Once you have established trust with them,
Okay.
then it's easy for them to
open up.
To open up.
So guys, it's okay to open up. It's okay to cry. Just lock that room. But don't die of depression or stress. Honestly, I think they need to hear it more because we grew up knowing that a guy shouldn't cry at all. And they have emotions. It's not like that emotion is removed from them.
Yes.
So it piles and piles and piles and piles and piles and becomes something else. And the treatments, the different kinds of treatments for a person who has depression, what is there?
If it's just something that is very acute, they are recommended to go for therapy. They are allowed to do yoga. Can do yoga and just exercise, just get the hormones rolling. It's also good to listen to lots of music.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Therapeutic.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Walk, take a long walk in the evening and just admire and enjoy the scenery. Or go somewhere like Karura Forest and, you know, just do an activity. Just don't. The main thing that we tell them is not to stay in the house cooped up, because then is when now everything just, you start overthinking, and overthinking leads to very, very bad actions.
That it's more of engage yourself,
Yes.
get yourself
Yes,
going, just be
yes.
doing something.
Yeah, do something. Do
Just
something.
so that your mind now goes and focuses on something else, which is
Yeah.
very, very important. And talking to people as well,
Yeah,
just
and
talk to people.
Talking to people, and it's
Yeah.
not. Don't use WhatsApp and say you've talked to someone. Actually, physically, go out there and talk to people. Leave social media away. It lies to you. It's full of lies.
Okay.
People pretend to be who they are not in real life, but you know, if you try and make yourself feel like you need to go to their level, then you will definitely have problems. So just actively go out and look for your friends, hang out, just talk. It is recommended. And if it's chronic depression,
Yes.
it is advisable you go and see a psychiatrist.
As a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Is there other kinds of treatments?
For depression,
Yes.
medically,
Yeah.
no, not really. It's just
So
the
antidepressants, and talk to a counselor,
Yes, yes.
psychiatrist, if need be. Go out there, walk more, be with friends. That's very, very helpful. Let's talk about New Life and the kind of people that you have at the Wellness Center.
In New Life, it's a drug rehabilitation center. We treat alcohol and hard drugs, cocaine, heroin, ecstasy. Lately, we've been seeing a lot of people checking into rehabs for marijuana. Yes,
Okay.
it's a real addiction. Yeah, and some of them check in for Mira. Yeah, this is where I do my counseling sessions.
So what are some of the things that you discover from these people that is the drug the problem, or what else is the problem?
Majority of them have what we call comorbid disorders, which
What
is
is that?
an underlying mental health problem.
Oh, okay.
Probably something like schizophrenia, bipolar, the depression that we are talking about,
Yeah.
PTSD, just to name a few. You find that they had that before, and they were trying to get into the drugs so that they can cover it up.
Okay.
Yes. And other people come in and they have stressors from home, family members, the support system. I don't know what is happening to this country, but our support systems are really diminishing. When we were young, I remember, we used to play, you know, get a chance to play
like
with your neighbors,
yes.
and you get to really know who people are. Nowadays, people don't do that. It's you and you alone.
So that means over the years, the cases of depression have gone up, like
Yes,
really,
they
really
have.
up.
They have.
So our morals of family, what would you say about that? Like the family setup where we grow up, and is it the freedom that we get? So we indulge in these things and we run away, so they have got no time to understand that you're depressed. They're not even aware that you're stressed, leave alone getting depressed.
Are slowly becoming a society where we are really individualized. We only think about ourselves. So if a parent comes home, they'll come home probably at 10 or 11 because they're working crazy hours. They have to make ends meet. And they leave in the morning maybe 5:30. And that's what I used to see when I was actually teaching. Parents never used to interact with the children that much.
let's talk about depression in children. How easily can that be identified by a parent? Because at this point, this baby does not know what's going on with them. So what are some of the indicating factors that a parent can look at and see, maybe my baby is going through this? Because probably that's the only way you find a baby does not talk much, or that kid is just the quiet ones. So what are some of the indicators to look out for?
With children and adolescents, you will find that they become easily irritable and their moods swing a lot. Some of them you'll find they're actually bullies in school.
Oh.
Yes, actually bullies in school because they're trying just
They look like they have it all together, you know. Like,
Yes,
I'm Tanya
yes.
so he's the one who's bullying everyone.
Yeah. So majority of them you'll find they're the bullies. For psychologists, we really look into art. We do art therapy with such children. So when there's a certain way in which they will do or draw something, and we are taught how to interpret it. Those ones who have done art therapy.
Wow.
Yes. So you can. There's some of the things that you can see. If a teenager probably writes a lot, it's good to not pry, but just try and inquire on what they're writing about. And that's how they're just letting things out of their system.
And how do you handle that? You know, like, so when you realize, say, for example, the art therapist just identified that probably this kid is drawing a picture of the father with like horns. You know, I'm just trying to, like, that's the ugliest thing that has come to my mind right now. So they'll be able to interpret that and know, like, probably the problem is with the dad. So how do you go about it then?
There are certain therapy styles for designed for children. So and adolescents. So it really involves the parents because they're the main support structures for these children. So you will have one-on-one time with a child. Maybe they'll go for group therapy depending on what the psychologist has seen. They'll go for group therapy where they'll get to interact with children and know other children and know I'm not the only one with that problem, and then maybe bring in the parent once in a while just to build that relationship that probably they lost at some point.
Absolutely, that's very, very, very helpful, and this conversation has been very, very enlightening. So I'm sure people would like to know, like, where you're located. What do I need if I need to be, you know, admitted to the rehab, or I know someone who probably needs this kind of help? How can they get in touch with you, and exactly where you're located?
We are located in Thome 5 Estate. It's right behind Safari Park Hotel along Thika Road, and the criteria for admission is that your family or you yourself have identified that you are taking probably excessive alcohol. Maybe you're drinking alcohol every day and you're thinking it's not something big, but the people around you are the ones who actually see it. But if you yourself feel like you have a problem, you can just walk in, and then from there on we can discuss how you can get admitted to the center.
Okay.
And if it's drugs and the person needs detox, we actually offer detox in our place.
Okay.
So the family members will just organize with the management and the counseling department on how to get this person into the rehab. And for alcohol, it takes about 3 months, it's a 3-month program. And for other drugs, it's 6 months.
Wow. And this is a live-in place, so when you come in here, you're gonna go out 3 months later?
Yes.
Wow, and so how many people it's a big house, it looks really good. How many people do you accommodate here?
We accommodate about 30 people at any given time, and we admit both male and female.
Okay.
The house has been divided into sections, so there's a male section and the female section. And we offer 24-hour counseling services as well as medical services.
Okay.
So there's always somebody
absolutely
with them to walk through with them through their journey, because it's actually a journey.
Okay.
Getting clean is hard work. It's not easy.
Okay. Can you take a walk?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh my God, look at that. Going all the way down. So are you alone? Do you have someone else here who helps you with taking care of the patients?
So far we are 2 counselors.
Okay.
And we have to have shifts, a day shift and a night shift.
Okay.
So we alternate. But currently I'm the main counselor, so I organize how things are going to go
Yeah.
with my department.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very interesting. So
Yeah.
use social media, Facebook, Twitter.
Yes, we are on Facebook, and we have a website, www.newliferehabs.co.ke,
Okay.
and on Facebook it's New Life Rehabilitation Center.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank
It's
you
been
so much.
beautiful. And yeah, you're such a happy soul.
Thank you so much, Mwikali.
Okay. All
Do
the
come
best.
again.
I will, definitely. Well, not for the rehab.
No, of course not.
No, I'll just
You
come say
visit
hi.
me. You can
Yeah.
come
Cool.
say hi, then sit on my chair. It's not a couch. I can get a couch for you though.
Yes, please do. That would be a Storo couch. That wouldn't be a tea. I'm getting treatment couch. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this has been Leaving Up, and we've been talking to Emily, and it's been very, very eye-opening. So now you know what to do and what some of the little things to look out for to know that you're either really, really stressed, or if you are really, really depressed, there's help for you. So you don't have to suffer alone. So make sure that you use the numbers on our screen to get in touch with Emily, and remember to use KTN Life and Style on Facebook, KTN Life _ Style on Twitter and Instagram. My personal handle on Twitter is @my_Mwikali on Facebook. Mwikali Mary, same as Instagram. And keep this conversation going. It's been very, very enlightening. We're taking a very short commercial break. When we come back, we will have Brian Suma on Beyond the Sports.
We've gotten a lot of inquiries from ladies. Actually, in Kisumu last year, we had a lady who insisted in competing with the men because she really wanted to participate. Yeah. So we are coming up with a new platform called the Fit World Games that is going to incorporate ladies. It's going to incorporate people who don't lift very heavy weight but have the endurance and the cardio. Something nice is coming for them.